Hi Nana, thank you for letting me interview you for my family project.
That's my pleasure. My
Can
pleasure.
I ask you a couple of questions, please?
You may.
Where were you born?
I was born in the country. I was born in Ballarat, about an hour and a half from Melbourne. Not on a farm, but in a house. And we lived up there with my nana and my mum and my dad.
Where were you born?
When it was around about November the 12th, 1946.
What was your mother's name?
My mother's name, before she married, was Pauline Ruth Brownette. And then she married my dad and she became Pauline Ruth Hales.
What was your father's name?
My father's name was Billy Hales. And he got the name Billy because when he was born, his mummy was very sick. And she said to my dad's dad, my grandfather, I can't think of a name, just go down and call him Billy. So she did.
Where did you go to school?
I went to school. I went to a couple of schools. I went to my primary school in Carlton at Our Lady Harbour Christians. And then I went to the Academy of Mary Immaculate down in Fitzroy. And then when Nana and Pa, my mum and dad, moved to South Blackburn, I went out to St Thomas's in South Blackburn.
Where did you live?
Well, I had a couple of spots to live too. There was Ballarat, where I was born, and then I went to Adelaide for a little while in South Australia, and then we came back across and we went to Ivanhoe, and I lived in Liberty Parade in Ivanhoe, and then Nana and Pa moved to Carlton, and I used to live in Rathdown Street, Carlton, and then they moved out to South Blackburn, and I lived on Canterbury Road, South Blackburn, before I married Pa, and then we moved to Sunbury, and then we moved here to Glen Wakeley. So I've had a lot of houses, really.
What did you do for fun when you were my age?
When I was your age, that's when I was living in Carlton, in Rathdown Street, and it was a great big wide street, but we were allowed to play out the front, and we used to draw hopscotch lines on the thing, and we used to play hopscotch, and my brother used to have a teepee. We used to play cowboys and Indians, and we used to chase all the kids around the street, and we used to bring them in and settle them in the front lounge and in the front yard and have them captured in the teepee. And I used to play jacks. My mum used to get lamb, and the knuckle bone in the lamb she used to save for me, and I used to clean it up and paint it, and then we would get a set of what we called jacks, and we used to go out on the front, on the pavement, on the footpath, and we used to play jacks with all the kids.
How did you get to school?
I used to walk. I used to walk all the way down. It was about, I suppose, 3/4 of an hour to go to where I started my primary school. And then when I went to my secondary school, I used to walk all the way down to the tram station in the red tram stop, and I used to catch the tram down Nicholson Street.
Did you have any pets when you were my age?
I did. I had a cat, a ginger cat, and we called the cat Cat, because we couldn't decide on a name. And I had a dog called Cindy, and then I had another dog called Ringo. It was around the time the Beatles were popular, and I had a dog called Ringo after the drummer.
Thank Thank you very much for talking to me today.
That's my pleasure. I've had a lovely time. Thank you very much, Liam West.
Liam
That's
West.
been